everybody, it's the Panoptical poet here. My throat's a little rough right now, I'm not sure why, but I figured I'd make this video anyway. So as you can see, I'm sitting in Castlegar, where as you can see, winter seems to be absent, even though it's January 6th. I pause because I'm like, what in the world am I most upset about right now? And there's way too many things to choose from, like Trump and his recent stint with Venezuela, the fact that Netanyahu is still carrying out a genocide, and that, you know, there's still war and oppression and mistreatment of human beings for profit in Congo and Tigray and Sudan, and so many other problems. And the fact that, sorry, but where's the fucking winter? It's January 6th. Like, oh my God. Anyway, yeah, so I wanted to really make sure that whatever I said as my first video of this year was important. And I think this poem kind of sums up what I think is wrong right now. So here it is. It's called Buying In, and it's from my chapbook Beyond Bread and Roses, that you cannot get on Amazon anymore. And we're going to talk about that a little bit when I'm finished. So here's Buying In. Do you know what you're really buying into when you shop at a Banana Republic? You are marching in step with the United Fruit Co.'s CIA-trained army of constantly moving happiness machines, actively rejecting Roosevelt's New Deal for real democracy and buying into the engineered consent of Edward Bernays and Ernest Dichter. Public relations is a fancy term for convincing the masses to conform to consumerism and serve our mindless functions on this mass wheel of endless consumption. Dr. Cameron worked hard to de-pattern and repattern humanity so we could all rotely repeat, "I am at ease with myself," while we were all on our way to the mall. That way, no one would notice that we got a raw deal, that governments were being overthrown if they didn't fall in line with the capitalist word of the day. And soon we would all be forgotten along with Abens in the wake of this planned obsolescence. That the democracy of the World's Fair was a mere model, because there is no working model of a marriage between capitalism and democracy. It was always a relationship that was doomed to dysfunction, and like Martin Luther King, I plan to stay maladjusted to the evils of a sick society. Sorry, Betty Crocker, this mixture isn't working, and you can't just add an egg to fix it this time. So, obviously that poem is about consumerism and capitalism, and I just, especially right now, like honestly I might cry, I'm sorry, but you know, there's a number of people that I'm connected with on Instagram in Palestine, and like so many of them are children, and I'm watching these children walking around in bare feet, in flooding, in cold, like it is their winter, you know, and then I'm watching here the contrast of people that are just going about their day, you know. We've bought so heavily into capitalism, and there, you know, maybe it's not happening right here in our backyard or right here in front of your face, because it is happening here too. But, you know, there are children dying horribly so that people can order stuff from Amazon. And for myself, I have worked. It hasn't been easy, and I will say that I don't have children I have to think about, like of my own. So it makes it maybe easier to make some decisions, but throughout the scope of my work life, I have tried so hard to have jobs that do not contribute to this capitalist machine. Like currently, my main job is I actually run a business. I'm known as the Homework Guru, and I teach children who struggle how to read and write. And I did have my poetry books on Amazon for a while, but I don't want to profit from a corporate machine that does so much damage to this world. Like, you know, part of the reason I brought up the fact that we don't have winter is because, you know, like Amazon is a big part of that problem. Their throwaway culture that they've created, where you can just order anything and it's half the time it's crap goods that's going to end up in a landfill. You know, like it's all tied together. I don't know what's wrong with human priorities. Well, I do know what's wrong. I don't know how to fix it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But if you take anything from this video, like we have to stop buying in. You don't have to go as far as I did, but like we have to just think about, how can I contribute less to what is going on in the world? Because whether you see it or not, it is affecting somebody in such a negative way. And, you know, we can do without so many of the things that we think we need. Anyway, I don't think my throat can take much more, and I just don't think there's anything else really to say. But yeah, you cannot find this book on Amazon. So you cannot find this book on Amazon, but it is my poetry collection, and it's called Beyond Bread and Roses. It's protest poetry, so it's all about not buying into capitalism and not being a misogynist and not being racist, just all of the things. It's about loving, you know, getting back to love and real love, not just this fake new age hippie crap that doesn't actually address any of the problems, but like really loving our neighbors and making sure that our success isn't contributing to their oppression. So if you want poetry about that, you can still buy it from my website. And yeah, if you decide to order it, I will send half the proceeds to some of the people in Gaza that I know that could really use some help right now. So yeah, feel free to go to my website. I'll put some links here and check out my chapbook, Beyond Bread and Roses. And if you don't want to buy my chapbook, that's okay. Don't buy in. Whatever you do, don't buy in. That's the main thing. Just, yeah, opt out as much as you can. And on that note, Panoptical Poet out. Thank you.